So welcome to lab 3, and lab 3 is all about 5 important components which I'm going to cover in this lab 3. One is a line graph, area graph, stacked area chart, KPI, that is key performance indicators, and funnel graph. So this is like a 15 minutes of video, and we will go into in depth into these 5 components. So let's get started. So let's first start with line chart, area chart, and stacked area chart. So let us go ahead and pull up this line chart out here, and let us go ahead and take product. Let's take the amount and let's take the year, right? So I will drag and drop this product into the legend out here. So there you can see this is our line chart. In the same way, let me go ahead here and take the area chart, and let's do the same thing. Let's take the product and the year and the amount, right? So I'm going to go and take the amount, I'm going to go and take the product, I'm going to go and take the year, and we will drag the product into the legend, right? And in the same way, let us go ahead and take the stacked area chart. So let's put all of them out here, and let's see what is so different in each one of them, right? A line chart is very good to see the current trend. For example, you can see over here at the top we have cap, we have shirt, we have shoes. So the shirt is of a black legend, right? A black color. So if you see here, if you look at the shirt trend from 2016 to 2017 is in a downtrend, but from 2017 to 2018 it is in an uptrend, and from 2018 to 19 it is in a downtrend. If you look at cap, it is almost constant throughout the year, but there is a slight downtrend from 2018 to 2019. But the line chart is very good to see the current trend of a particular thing. But when you talk about who is contributing how much, it is very difficult to know from the line chart. And that's what exactly this area chart is all about. If you look at the area chart, let us say from in the first half, or almost in the first 2016 till the end of 2017, you can see that the cap sales has been dominating. So the cap product has been contributing the highest sales. If you look from 2018 to 2019, almost, from mid of 2017 to the mid of 2018, you can see that the shirts are contributing a lot. And you can see for the whole year from 2016 to 2017, everybody contributed. Look at this dark area out here. Everyone is contributing, right? So these small shades out here tell us that who is contributing how much, right? So when you talk about comparing between those data, then area chart becomes more useful. And one of the flavors of area chart is the stacked area chart. You can see down below we have the stacked area chart. Now you can see from this both of these graphs at the top, it is very difficult to know who is contributing the most. For example, when you look at the graph, it looks obvious. Probably it looks obvious that the shirts are contributing a lot because it has shown the highest trend of its time, right? Of everyone compared to the other products. But if you actually go and if you make a total, you can see that's what exactly the stacked area chart is. It is nothing but it is like a complete total. So if you see out here, the shoes have been contributing throughout the area a lot, throughout the year a lot. So basically, a stacked area chart is nothing but it is like a complete sum of the running values throughout the year. So from here I can know that, okay, the most contribution till now from 2016 to 2019 has been from the shoes, followed from the shirt, and the last is the cap. So if you want to just see the current trend, then it is your normal line chart. If you want to see the comparison between the trends, who is contributing how much, then it is the area chart. And if you want to see overall throughout the year who has been contributing more or less, then it is the stacked area chart. One more important component in Power BI visualization is the gauge meter or the speedometer. So you can see that this is the gauge meter out here. So In this gauge meter or speedometer, you have a minimum value, you have a maximum value, you have the current value what is running, and how much you want to achieve. So by looking at a gauge meter, specifically for management people, they can come to know that what is their current trend, what is going on, right? So let us see how it works. For example, now at this moment, so you can see here when I drag and drop this component, you can see that there is a value, there is a minimum value, there is a maximum value, there is a target value which we want to achieve, right? So first thing, I'm going to go and drag and drop the amount which is my current value, right? So my current value is 26, and you can see that automatically he has just made it double by saying 52. So it's saying the maximum probably can be 52, right? So I'll do like this. I'll say that the maximum will be thrice of the current. So whatever is the current, I know the maximum would be thrice of it. So for that, let us go ahead and create a measure. So you can see that I'm creating a measure I covered in my first lecture. So I'll create a measure, and this measure will be the maximum value. So this maximum value will be the sum of the amount multiplied by 3. So it's thrice, right? So I'll say here the maximum value is now this one, right? So you can see now the maximum value is 78K, right? And I would say that I want to achieve at least 1.5 times of this. So whatever is the current value, I want to achieve at least 1.5 more amount of the sales of that, right? So again, let us go ahead and create a measure. So I'm going to go and again create a measure, and this is, I'll say that what do we want to achieve, right? And achieve is equal to sum of the total amount multiplied by 1.3 or 2, whatever, right? Or 1.5, right? So I'll say that my target value which I want to achieve is this one, target value. So you can see there it is. So currently we are, the maximum we are looking at 78K. Currently we are trending on 26K, but at least we should try to achieve 39K. So that's what exactly the gauge meter does. When you talk about top management reporting, top management only wants to see very, very few things. For example, a typical top management person would like to probably just see two things: how much we want to achieve and how much we have achieved. And that's what exactly this graphical visualization component of Power BI comes to use, that is KPI. KPI means key performance indicators, important indicators, right? So you can see at the right hand side, we are seeing 3 fields out here. The first one is how much we want to achieve. So remember, I had created this achieve measure out here for the speedometer. So I'll use the same one. So I'll say, okay, this is my target and this is the current value. So you can see I'm dragging and dropping the amount, and in the trend axis, let us put the year. So you can see now he's saying that, okay, you want to achieve 375, and at this moment you have achieved only 250. You are 33% lagging, right? So this key performance indicator only concentrates on two things: how much you want to achieve and how much you have achieved. One of the other visualization component which is very useful, and when the need comes, this component just actually shines off, is the funnel graph. So you can see here at the right hand side, I have dragged and dropped this funnel graph out here, and it looks something like this. Now, in order to use funnel graph, we need to go ahead and have some different kind of data. So you can see here I have added one more field here called as status. This status says that this product has been dispatched, or this product has been delivered, or this product was refunded. So you can see that there is a status flag out here, which says things about this order actually, right? So what I would advise is go ahead and delete the current table, right? So from the SQL server, you can see here, you can go ahead and delete the current table and re-import the data. So go ahead and re-import the data, import flat file with the same table name, that is TBL customer, And I would also advise that go ahead and delete the model from here. So go ahead and delete the model from here, and then get the data from here, get the data from the Excel, the SQL server, right? So you can see that I have gone ahead, I have imported the table back into my Power BI. So I would advise that go ahead, delete the table from SQL server, re-import it, go back to Power BI and delete the model, and again import the data out here, right? So now by doing that, we can go ahead and see the output of funnel graph, because funnel graph needs a specified kind of data, right? It is not meant for general data. So funnel graph actually helps you to see the progressive reduction of data. Funnel graph actually helps you to see the progressive reduction of data. So for example, you can see here, I will now go and see take amount and take status, right? So you can see now, I can see the progressive reduction of data. It says that amount of 27,000 was dispatched, right? From that 6,000 was delivered and 1,000 are refunds. So it tells me that how much total was dispatched, and how much is the delivered amount and the refunded, right? If you want, you can also go and add a measure. Like for example, I can go and I can add a measure here, which is like a count. So I can go and I can say here, how about first thing, let me go ahead and count the TBL status. So TBL status, right? So you can see here, this is the count of status, right? So let me go ahead and put here, let's again go ahead and put this funnel graph, right? And I will say that, okay, the values I will say is now count of status, right? So that this is like over here we have 100 data, and this is the status for the grouping, right? So now here you can see the exact values as well, right? So you can see I've created a measure here called as count. So we had 80 orders which are dispatched. From that, 16 have been delivered and 4 are refunded, right? So funnel graph actually helps you to see the progressive reduction of data. So that brings us to the end of this lab. In this lab, we have covered 5 components. We have covered line chart, we have covered area chart, we have covered stacked area chart, we have covered the gauge meter, and we have covered the funnel graph, right? So at end of this lab, I'm going to go and flash match the following question. So go ahead and try to answer the match the following question. From that, you will come to know which graph you should use on which occasion. Thank you so much. Keep learning, and we will keep doing lab 4, lab 5, and so on. Thank you.